Hello. Today I'm trying something new. I'm answering a question. And the question I'm answering today is, how did I get my first illustration job? So this drawing you see that's going on here has nothing to do with the question. I thought just sharing, a speed drawing I did from Procreate over the weekend would be way more fun than looking at my face talk. So I'm a full-time freelancer, but like 75 to 80% of my work is web design work, like UX, UI, design work. But slowly, over the last few years, I've been getting more and more illustration work. So this is more or less what's worked for me. First of all, I look at this as a long-term plan. I want to get more illustration work because it's more fun and I enjoy it. So first thing is you're going to want to make money from your art, and you're probably going to want that paycheck soon because, heck, it's a lot more fun to draw and get a paycheck from that than a lot of other things you do. I get that. But that's probably not going to happen unless you're amazingly good. Very few people just, boom, start making money right out of the gate. So if you're like me, I'm going to assume that your stuff is okay and you're working every day and illustrating and trying to get better over time with practice. So you probably have a goal in mind. So for example, your goal might be, I want to become a caricature artist. Like I want to draw caricatures and I want to get paid for that. So let's do this. Building a career is kind of like building a house. If you decide to start building a house today, you don't expect to move into that house tomorrow because you just started yesterday. It's going to take some time. So don't be discouraged. Just start building your house, start building your career. So let's start off. Draw a caricature every single day, every week, post it. Even if it stinks, just get it up on Behance, Drivel, DeviantArt, whatever. Actually, it's probably better early on if you post to Facebook, Instagram. Show your friends what you're doing. Show your friends you're really into drawing and illustration. Show your friends that you're really passionate about this. Just post it. So don't worry about selling yourself or your art or getting something up there where you can start making money, some online store. Don't worry about that. Just don't. People don't want to deal with a salesperson. Salesmen are not approachable, and you don't want to become one. You want to be very approachable, and you just want to be seen as what you are, which is just really passionate about this. My first illustration gig came when I was in high school. I think I made like $50 off it, which was amazing at the time, at least for me as a high school kid. And it was for a guy down the street who had some kind of engineering company. And he found me through my school's newspaper because I drew a comic for my school's newspaper. So your first work will probably come from people you know or friends of friends, and it probably won't pay much. But it's okay. You're going to start out small. Maybe you design a character for a children's book, or you come up with some kind of business's mascot, or you draw some people you know for their wedding that's coming up. That's the sort of work that you're going to find early on. When you start out, don't worry so much about the money. And I know what I'm saying here is a little contrary to a lot of the freelance writing online, which is never undersell yourself, always charge a decent amount. That's great advice once you're established. When you start out, don't worry about the money so much. Remember, I'm focusing on the long game. This is a 3-year plan, not a 3-week plan. So experience and reputation, to me, are so much more important early on in your career than the money is. Now, the money's going to come, but you want to prove early on that you're reliable and that you're getting better and that sort of thing. Now, once you've done a couple projects for your friends, that's when you're going to start to get more gigs, and you're going to get gigs from people who have seen that elsewhere and that sort of thing, real businesses. And that's when you can start to charge more money and worry about the money part of it. So this is just the beginning, and I could go on and on and on. But ask any artist you know, what was your very first paying job? And the story is like the same across the board. It's from someone they knew. It was from a friend of a friend. So start there, and you'll be surprised at how things start to fall in place. If you don't get a gig within the first week or the first month or the first 6 months, don't worry. Just keep drawing and keep going. And as I wrap this up, I'd love to hear from other artists in my comments, like what was your first paying gig? Because that stuff is really great to read, especially when a lot of the people who watch this are really amazing artists, like way better than me. And it's funny to hear the stories of the stuff that it's almost embarrassing that they did early on in their career, and to see how far they came, to understand that we all kind of come from, very simple origins. And if you have any questions about this sort of thing or the stuff I've learned, I'm kind of new to the illustration thing. Obviously, I've had more success in web design because I've been doing it longer. But yeah, post that in the comments too, because I'm looking for future things and questions to answer for folks. And that's about it. So I'm going to be back next week with a traditional review. If you like videos like this, let me know. I'd like to do more of them because they're kind of fun. And until then, I'll see you later.